Hey YouTube, Sam here. Well, unfortunately, I don't know if you can see these ripples here. I have a leak going in here, and actually about 2 years ago this happened, and it was just kind of a smaller leak, and I fixed it with some Dicor, and it's been a couple years, and now we've come out and we can see that it's actually starting to get further, because it was only like around this far before, and there wasn't this many bumps up here, and it's just getting worse. So I'm gonna go ahead and try a new product on this, so you can join me. What I need to do is actually clean the top, but I want to know exactly what the top material is made of. I don't know if it's EPDM or some other material. So I saw a video, and for the life of me, yet again, I can't remember who it was. I will try and find them and put the information either down below in the comments, or try and figure out how to edit. The YouTube channel you want to check out is RV Education 101. I'm subscribed to him. He has a lot of good RV stuff and kind of how-to tips and tricks, some good old-fashioned do it with what you got stuff, along with he also kind of sells some products for people, it appears to me. Anyhow, he said that if we take this panel off of here, out of the top vent thing here, that we should be able to, hopefully, there might be a piece of it sticking down and we can kind of look at the back of it and see. So I will kind of show you that, and you can go check out. This is the top piece here that's just sticking down. This is where they cut it out, and on the back it is black. So I need to go find that video, watch it again, and figure out exactly what it is, and when I figure that out I will tell you. And this is what I'm going to use to seal it up. This seems to be something a lot of people are starting to use. It's supposed to have, I believe it's a 10 or 15 year limited warranty on it, but it seems like it'll do the job what I want to do. And I went and grabbed this. It says you can use your hands on a lot of the things I saw, but it said the more pressure the better, so I found this. It's a J roller. Finding this anywhere. I went to Lowe's, I went to Home Depot, I went to a flooring place that had laminate floor, but they didn't sell tools. I kind of went all over and looking. I went to Hobby Lobby, and they actually had a couple versions of this, but not quite as hefty. And I finally went to a whole nother Lowe's that's further away from my house, and they actually had this. And that's it right there. Plastic laminate J roller. Alright, and here it is out of the package. It has kind of this kind of stuff on both sides. I will say it didn't do a very good job in shipping. It stuck to this pretty bad. You can see pieces of it that came off around the edges, which is kind of disappointing. But basically, it's just kind of a, I don't know, it's kind of like the stuff that's actually up there right now, only I think it's a little bit thinner. And it's got a gray sticky stuff that's supposedly kind of a pressure, once you pressure sensitive backing on it. And then once you put that down, there's a layer of, well, actually it's coming off of it. There's actually supposed to be a kind of a plastic cover right here. I don't know if you can see that. Right where my finger is, you can kind of hear me hitting it. That's supposed to be actually attached to this gray stuff. So I'm going to kind of maybe peel it back and cut it off and discard this first little bit. And hopefully the edges will be alright where it kind of stuck to the paper, or to the plastic, I mean. So that's what it is. Check out is Love Your RV. He's really entertaining. He's a do-it-yourselfer kind of guy. I mean, he cuts holes in his trailer when he needs to and fixes them. I mean, he does all kinds of neat stuff. And he's the one actually that I actually found this product, the Eternabond product, through watching him. And there was a few others, but he was the first one I saw it on. Also, if you go check out my IntelliPower, I can never remember the name of it exactly, trailer vid for the battery charger. I heard that through him. He was the first one I saw. This is one of those, if you try something, might try and hurt yourself or hurt your RV or anything else, I'm not responsible. Now, according to their directions for the Eternabond, depending on the roof you have, you can clean it with EternaClean is their recommended cleaner, lacquer thinner, acetone, commercial roof cleaner. Do not use detergent type cleaners according to it. And it depends on the roof, so you'll have to read your directions and make sure what type of roof you are. Make sure you know that. Also, this does not bond to silicone. So if you put silicone caulk on your roof or anywhere else that you're putting this, it won't bond to it, just so you know. So you're going to have to get that off. It will go over, like, why can't I think of the name of it? It's stuff that's made for the roof, and I've talked about it earlier, I believe. Most of the stuff that's made for these kind of roofs, that's actually you're supposed to use on these roofs, it will work over the top. But you need to, yet again, check the direction of the roof and figure out if it's going to adhere to your roof. And also, I put it on without the primer. They have all kinds of different products: the Eterna Clean, Eterna Prime, Eterna Seal, Web Seal, all kinds of stuff. It's all in your instructions when you get them. And it did say, like, in colder weather, which today I applied it in cooler weather, but it still wasn't below. I think it was like 40 degrees or something like that. Yeah, 40 degrees, which I'm up in the, it's probably 55, 60 degrees out today, so I'm okay that way. But it did say if you were below that to use the Eterna Prime, and it also suggests you use the Eterna Prime anyway. I did not do that, so we'll see how well this lasts. Like I said, I needed to get that done because I'm getting into the rainy season here where it's going to start pouring rain quite a bit, and I just wanted to make sure that at least until next summer, when if I have to, I can redo it, or it'll be a good test of kind of what the minimum you can do. Just clean it up, stick it on. That's all I did. Used alcohol, cleaned it up, sticked it on. Anyhow, so you decide when you pick up the product, it comes with very clear instructions in several different languages, just a little like that on both sides. Gives you all kinds of details on how to put it on. We're back out here on this. Quite honestly, it's been a little while since I did the other video, and I will show you what I did right after I filmed a lot of that. But I had to get going on the road with this, so I couldn't do very much. So I did kind of a test panel up in this corner up here, and I'll show that to you when we get up there. And I did a little video on this ladder. If you're interested in it, go check out that video. And this is where these shine. I put a plank across there. Yet again, if you do something I do and you hurt yourself, I'm not responsible, but this is the way I use this. Now, let's get up there. I'll show you what I've already done, and I'll show you what I plan on doing. Only problem is it's getting pretty ominous out, and it's wanting to rain on me. And one more thing. Now, when I did the first time, I didn't even think about doing this, and I was kind of reaching to get to this corner because I had this all the way, well, not all the way up, but I had it level. So what I did this time is I went ahead and put the jack down about as far as it'll go so that I can comfortably, hopefully, reach that little tip. And hopefully you can see this up here. This is where I started at, and I just kind of did this section because I had a pretty good crack in here and along this edge, and I'm going to do the whole thing and up under there and up under all these, but right now I'm just going to show you on the front here, which is where I'm having the most problems, which was in this corner. And quite honestly, this has been on here through a few rainstorms, and actually probably a couple months since the last time I did or started this video, when you see the introduction to this video. And I've been on a couple camping trips with it, so I've driven down the road and I've had no problems so far. It seems to be staying down really good right up here in the front where all the wind's going. But the first step is to clean this off. Now I have an EPDM roof. And you got to be careful with any of these kind of roofs because they will melt if you use the wrong kind of stuff on them. Oh, here comes the wind. I'm fighting against the wind and some rain here. Anyhow, so what I am going to use is actually alcohol, isopropyl alcohol. And I got like a 91%. You can choose what you want to use. If you try something like that and you melt it, that's your problem. I'm not responsible, but that's what I used for this. It worked real well. As you can see where it's been kind of cleaned up to that point. So I'm okay with it. I haven't had any problems. It's not, you know, hurting this at all. If anything, it kind of smooths it out a little bit, because it does kind of melt it a little bit and then smooths it out, and it lays out a little better. But as you can see here, hopefully you can see this. I can't tell if you can or not because it's too bright out here for me. Anyway, as you can see here, I hope it's cracking all along here. You can see where it's kind of coming up and peeling apart, and I'm going to go ahead and kind of cut some of that, probably loose, and clean it all out. And I'm going to go all the way along the front here. Here, and I'm not dumping it on here. I'm actually just got an old towel for a rag here, and I'll actually take it and off the top of the rig, saturate it pretty good. Not a lot, just a little bit. Now this part's metal here on mine, and I want to clean some of that up too, because I'm going over on both sides here by a little bit, as much as I can with one piece. Now I'm just going to go all the way down, do this, and I'll take you to the next. You'll be able to see this, but I got it pretty well cleaned off. Mainly on the edges here and up here, where, you know, I really need it to seal well. The rest of it's just gonna, you know, I didn't do it a whole lot better, I don't think, here, and it's stuck real well for quite a while now. So we're just gonna go ahead and stick this on here. I'm kind of playing with fire here because it's definitely pretty cloudy and has been raining on and off, but I'm gonna take advantage of this because I really need to just get this done, because it's supposed to be raining quite a bit and I just don't want any chance of leaks. So I'd rather apply this now, and I know it'll at least last long enough to keep the weather out for the winter, I hope. And then if I need to redo it, I've been keeping it wrapped in wax paper and a plastic sack here. I got a brand new razor blade, that's what I'm going to use to cut it. I'm going to go ahead and run it along all the way to there. Cut it to size. Alright, and here it is. I got it folded back on itself. The white part needs to be down. I got it to the size I want. And here's a little trick. I'm going to start from the other end and actually bring it this way. But here's the trick to finding there's like a plastic cover over this. And what they say is you go like this a few times, and that kind of peels that little layer up. Alright, I got my razor blade because I was having trouble getting that up there. As you can see, that pulls back pretty easily. Hopefully you can see that. And just pull a little bit back. Now it's really windy here, so I'm just going to take and put a very small amount, just enough to get it started over on that other edge. I'm just going to lay it down over this edge here. I've got it kind of laid out where I'm going to want it, where it's going. Like I said, it's windy and my battery's about to die, of course, and I'm up on a ladder. But here's this plastic sheet here. You just want to pull it back and kind of lay it down where you want it, a little bit at a time. Now it will kind of stretch a little bit and move a little bit. Once it's down, it's down. So if you get a wrinkle, you just got to push down on it, hope for the best. But mainly I'm worried about this edge right here more than anything else, because the water comes down here and runs this way. As long as this makes it over the top here, we're golden. So I'm just going to keep peeling her back. Kind of pulling it out, trying to get it where I want it. And I'm going to have a little bit of a hump right here where that stuff is just out quite a ways onto the roof for some reason. in that one area. And I'm going to go along and do that all the way down. And then just kind of as I come along, I'll flatten some of this out and stuff. Then when we're done there, take my J roller here. I'm going to start on the edge that I want to make sure is down, and I'm going to just roll the crap out of it. And I'll just do the whole thing everywhere I can. That just gives it a little bit more oomph behind you. You're still going to want, you can see like a bubble there. Take your thumb or whatever you want. You could use the back of the J roller and squish it down a little bit there. You know, whatever you need. Stick it down as hard as you can, because this actually is a pressure sensitive, but boy, I tell you, once it sticks down, you're done. You ain't moving it. Not without heating it up probably and ruining it. So it's do the best you can. There it is, all the way across, pushed down. A few bubbles, but you can't see any of it. All the edges are pushed down good. I got it sealed between the two and across there. Now I am going to put some more across here. I'm going to go across this whole entire roof, but honestly, I'm getting to the end of the season here, and I don't know how many more days I'll be able to get up here and do this. Not to mention, this is about all I can do with my leg, and it's maybe even a little bit more. So it's going to take me a long time to get everything completely done up on this roof. But that's kind of the basics of how to put this stuff down. It's really easy if you do it. Really windy up here. All right, this is Sam, Jack of all, master of none. You all have a good one.